Well, good morning. Yeah, welcome to Life on Board Amy Joe.
Yeah, we're just about to leave our moorings at Bramble, well, opposite Bramble Cuttings, and head up towards Enderton. We may stop on the way, I don't know yet.
Yeah, it depends on the weather. Again, the clouds say no. They look a bit grim and grey. Morning. And it's not long before we're right out in the countryside. It's the one thing I like about Bramble Cuttings that we passed just now. It's right out in the middle of nowhere, or it appears to be, and then you get lovely forestation like this. One of the things that attracted me to narrowboating was just being out in the countryside, thoroughly enjoying the trees and the wildlife. Bit twisty, this little section of canal, and it's very overgrown, as you can see, with trees, very leafy, absolutely beautiful. Who could want for more? That's a shame. Had I panned up a little bit more, we could have got our sighting of a kingfisher that's just flown up into the trees. Lovely, isn't it? Could be anywhere. Just taking it nice and steady now through this bridge hole, because there's a blind corner just after it, and Sod's Law says you're going to meet another boat coming the other way if you're going too fast. So I've slowed right down and waiting to see if there's anything coming round the corner. Doesn't look like it, so I think we're okay. We're obviously going through the bridge, so we can throttle up again now. So while we're cruising along, I thought I'd give a bit more of an explanation as to why we left Gary. There was nothing wrong, perfectly okay. Chris and I had booked into Liverpool months ago, long before we started cruising with Gary, and loved the guy to bits, but we didn't really want to cancel our Liverpool trip because we were meeting friends there. And I know Gary is due back at work at the end of the month and obviously couldn't cruise with us. So it was with a leaden heart that we said, okay, we'll go our separate ways. As I said in the last vlog, I know he's being looked after, Mel's taking care of him. Gary's doing fine. He has his ups and downs, and considering what he's going through, nobody can blame him for that. But we do wish him luck, and we do stay in contact with him. And we're going to see him when we come back from Liverpool, and we're going to have a good old catch up and maybe a pint or three when we see him. So you'll be seeing him in our vlogs again in future, but for now we've got 7 weeks of summer cruise while Chris is off school, and we really wanted to make the most of that. And knowing that Mel was around to be with Gary, we felt happy enough to leave him with Mel and continue on our way. So I really miss the guy. He's a great guy to cruise with. We've had some great fun on the last few weeks, and I do sincerely wish him all the best for the future, and can't wait to get back to see him. I miss the old boy already. Sounds daft, doesn't it? But I do. Bit of a tight turn there, and some more of these reeds making it really tight. Gave a little blast on the horn earlier just to make sure the way was clear, and now I can see ahead. I'm going to throttle up a bit and go back to cruising. Just coming up to what they call a wide, and these wides are generated because in this whole area around Northwich there are a lot of coal mines and mines, and these wides are generated when the mines below collapsed and formed these lakes or pounds on the side of the canal. Now when the heyday of working boats ended, British Waterways sank a lot of their boats in these wides because they just didn't have a use for them anymore. But fortunately nowadays most of the wrecks have been exhumed, if you like, and have been lovingly restored. So many of the historic boats that were buried down there that could be saved have now been saved. It's a lovely spot to moor as well. House, all the fuel boat. These obviously getting customers in the marina, and we're now passing the relatively new Oakfield Marina. When I first started moving boats for Steve Harrell the broker, this was absolutely empty this time last year, and as you can see it has now quickly filled up. A lovely looking marina, and by all accounts a very good coffee shop on the end there. So worth looking into later. This is another one of the new marinas that have just sprung up on this stretch. This is Park Farm Marina. It's only been open about 2 or 3 years, and again very popular with the boaters. And there's their main entrance for a marina, quite a wide, extensive entrance, but you'll notice there's wide beams in there, so that's probably why there's a good turn into the marina, I suspect. Well, just here used to be the site of Orchard Marina. Clearly having some extensive works being done. Obviously they're digging it out because of silt, I would imagine, but I noticed all the pontoons have now gone, and all the boats have now gone. So I guess they're having a major refit.
Unless it's because of those 2 new marinas back there.
Well, this could be down to the fact of Oakwood and Park Farm Marinas now giving them a lot of serious competition. So they're obviously trying to upgrade the marina. A story tell years ago when they had the marina built, they filled the marina with their own water. Now normally when you have a marina built, it takes its water from the cup, but Northwich Marina took theirs from a freshwater source and refused to pay the CNRT rent. As a result, CNRT blocked the entrance to the marina, just here, and the owner of the marina, they sunk a barge in the entrance, and the owner of the marina took the barge, raised it, towed it about 10 mile away and left it. So that CNRT gave in, and now it's a lovely little, or it was a very nice little marina. And a rare occasion when Chris gets her hand on the helm.
On a nice straight bit.
On a nice straight bit. But to be fair, I do like Chris to have a go at the boat now and again, so she can keep her handing, because you never know, something might happen to me and she has to get the boat home on her own.
No, that'd be interesting.
How'd you come? Just stopped briefly for a little while in Rad Heath. I think it's pronounced Rad Heath, any road. Just down the road past the pub there and to the left, there's a co-op called into the Pearsons, and we need bread, and Chris has some forms that she needs to post, so just a short stop and then we're going to carry on.
Your little co-op there, everything you need, and about 5 minutes walk from the canal. So I'm heading on my way back down the road. Just see the boat there moored up. Well, I just went and found the co-op, which is literally just 5-10 minutes walk down there. Lovely co-op, stops everything. Now I've just walked back. Don't know whether they're open yet. Don't know whether we'll go in or not. Some nice crusty rolls for bacon sarnies.
Chris has returned with the shopping. She's got some bread, rolls and what have you, so I think if I'm lucky, it's bacon butties for lunch. Oh, I like bacon butties myself, but there you go. So we're continuing on now. We're heading up towards Enderton, and might stop there, don't know. Depends on what Chris wants to do. We're now passing the Tartar Chemical Works, which the canal runs straight through the middle of. And this brings back lots of memories for me of my days, early days with Shell as a rookie operator. And when I see all these tanks and valves and pipes, it reminds me of my days as a young operator at the refinery. Happy days they were. And if you could have smelly vision, unlike the bacon butties, the smell round here, and the noise for that matter, is massive. But what an impressive sight. Quite noisy, and the smell. Not sure whether smelling chemicals is good, but you can certainly smell them. Really some work going on the top of that tank. Again, memories brought back to me of wearing those bright red overalls. I always remember they were hot and stuffy, and they were horrible when they got wet. We came out this way. They were putting these side panels up on these bridges, and it was all nice shiny steel, but now it's rusted. It looks so much better. So I guess the background is probably painted, but the motifs on the bridge have just been left to rust. Looks absolutely fantastic. Well impressed. It's got a little nod there to the chemical works there with the chemical formula. And any scientists among you could probably tell me what that is. I know it's sodium chloride plus 2 water equals something. But I might be lucky and get bacon butties, and sure enough, Chris has just presented me with these. So look forward to eating them, and they smell delightful. between bridges 191, which we've just gone through, and bridges 192, used to be two football stadiums. One was Northwich Victoria, it was founded in 1874, and the Witton Albion, founded in 1877. But sadly the Vics are no longer with us, and they no longer play opposite their opponents because they were evicted from their football ground. The financial vicissitudes of football, even at a non-league level, saw them evicted from their impressive new stadium beside the Trent Mersey. So now they don't have a stadium as a home, but they still play currently at Flixton, I understand. And as you can see through there, that's the remains of what was one stadium. They're hidden behind these trees. Such a shame. But there's some good football matches played on those two. We're now going past Lyons Saltworks. That's one of the last remaining saltworks to use open panned salt pans. Sadly long closed, but they are now trying to convert it into a working museum. Got a long history, this saltworks. One of these days we'll stop in there and have a look round. Here is one of the last surviving examples of a salt pan. Water or brine water would have been pumped into there and then left to settle and evaporate, and the crystalline stuff that was left behind would have been raw salt. Just passing through the Uplands Forest. As you can hear, Smudge wants to get off for a walk. There's some lovely trails through here. We're going to stop here on the way back and have a little explore, I think. There's some beautiful places to walk along here.
Where's your ball? What are you going with it? Where is it?
Just having a brief stop now at Enderton Services. Topping up with water, and it's our first opportunity to get rid of some rubbish. So Chris is taking Smudge for a walk and let him stretch his legs because he's been on the boat all day. Well, these are nice little services, plenty of bins, not overflowing for a change. And Elson Point there, showers and toilets, and that sounds like the water's just filled up already. That was quick. And now just passing Upland Marina. This is where Steve Harrell, who used to be at Tatton Hall, broker selling boats, is now based. And on the opposite side, Enderton Marina. And we may well call in there and get some diesel on the way back. I've just checked our diesel usage and it's quite low at the moment, so I'm quite pleased about that. Just found a nice little mooring just shy of the Enderton Lift. Through that bridge you can see the moorings in the distance round that corner, and that's where the lift is. But this is going to do us nicely for tonight, and nice park there for Smudge to have a little run in later. But we're going to lock up shop now and we're going to go for a little wander and see what's up the cut and see if we can get a coffee. Good morning. We've had a lovely night here in Nantwich. Hang on a minute, we're at Enderton, not Nantwich. You must have gone back in time in your sleep, Steve. That's a different vlog altogether, mate. And it's time to move and get cruising.
But where are we going today? Because I've seen that you've put the lamp on the front of the boat, so does that mean to say we're going through some tunnels?
It certainly does, yes. We've got 3 tunnels to do today, but well, definitely 2, and then we're going to stop at Preston Brook, Midland Chandlers, pick up a few bits and pieces, and then we're going to head to Lymm and find somewhere nice to moor at Lymm. So get your cup of tea, get yourself comfortable, and join us on the cruise. And there's the entranceway to the Enderton Lift. Not going to be doing that just yet. We've still got to get ourselves up to Liverpool first, but hopefully we'll have some time on the way back. just see the Northwich Saltworks in the background. They're actually down on the River Weaver, which is why we didn't see them when we were at Enderton. It's had on the tight side through here. Hope we don't meet something coming the other way. And the willow's not helping either. The little cottage over there. And I was wrong. The tunnel, I'm always wrong. The tunnel is just round this next bend. You can see the sign there on the far side. I think this one we can just go in. It's one way working, so hopefully there'll be nothing coming the other way, but we'll see. And we'll make the turn and then we'll go into the tunnel. Chris is up front, she's keeping an eye on what's coming the other way for me. And there's the tunnel hut portal there.
Yeah, I can see the end of the tunnel. Can't see any tunnel lights, so it looks clear.
We're now at the Saltersford Tunnel portal. For this one there is a time restriction on it. Boats heading in our direction are only allowed to enter the tunnel on the o'clock till 20 past the hour. The boats coming from the other way are only allowed to enter the tunnel from 22 to o'clock. I'm looking at my watch, it's now 5:02, the o'clock. So we've got about 5 minutes wait and then we're going to go into the tunnel. And we're nearly through the second tunnel, the Saltersford Tunnel. Just coming up to the portal here. Couldn't do much filming in this one. The tunnel is quite twisty, and I don't know if you can hear me above the engine noise, but the tunnel was quite twisty, so I had to have my wits about me to see where I'm going. But we're coming to the end of this one now. Clear of the tunnel now. And the good news is the sun's shining for once. First time we've seen the sun since we left Tap Hole. So looking up. Looks like CRT doing some bank repairs. Taking it nice and steady through here because of the digger. Looks like quite extensive work going on there. Hi chaps. Looks like they're reinstating the bankside. Stop now by the covered dry dock there. We've just reached Dutton's stop lock, the lock there. There's one boat in front of us. It's only a short one, it only rises about 6 inches. And just beyond that, where you can see the White House, is Preston Brook Tunnel. Now, as you can see from the sign there, we can only proceed in this direction on the hour. So it's now just gone 22, so we've got about a 15-minute wait before we get into the tunnel. Interestingly, on this lock there's no sill marker, but then again, do you need a sill dropping down 6 inches? probably not. Just entering the tunnel now. Got one boat ahead of us and two behind us. So this is where I put the camera down because I have to take my glasses off and I can't see a bloody thing because of the reactor lights are still darkening my glasses. But we're in. Actually, it's not too bad. I can see for the time being, anyway. Don't know if you can hear me above the din, but we're now coming out through the other end of the tunnel. The South Portal, as it's called. Down a bit because there's bound to be boats. There are boats waiting to come this way. Oh, it's a bit bright after being in there, but there you go. And this place all closed up by the look of it. Brings back memories because Chris and I hired a boat from here. Don't know if it still is, but it used to be Claymore Boats. And we hired a boat from here and took the boat up into Chester, the way we've just come actually. But sadly it doesn't look as though there's anything there now, apart from a day boat hire. Nation, Midland Chandlers, but I noticed a couple of boats on, so hopefully we can get in just behind them, but we'll see. Moorings are a little bit tight on this side, I know, so we might get in. I'll just have to slowly go past to have a look. Asked one of the guys moored up there, apparently the Midland Chandlers is shut for lunch. We need to press on, so we're going to keep going. Traffic on the M6 not going much faster than we are at the moment, to be fair. Must be a bit of a traffic jam up there. No such down here though. It's pretty good here. The canal's widened considerably along this stretch. And there's some commanding views across the Mersey plain there. In the distance is Fiddlers Ferry power station. You can see in the background there. And there's the village of Prestonbrook just behind us with the impressive tower. And on this side the cows come to the water's edge to drink water and to fill the level. Now you know why you don't go swimming or drinking from the canal. Ugh. The impressive tower up ahead is part of the Science and Innovation Campus. They study everything about the atomic atom. Quite futuristic really. And a monument to the old working days, an old crane, but nowadays used to put these stop planks in across the canal. Well, thank you very much for watching, folks. So we're just coming up now to Moor. There's a little post office there, a little letter by Moor Lane there. This is where we stopped last time, and we're probably going to go on a little bit more to Higher Walton. Lymm is literally just off the page, past Stockton Heath. So we're going to moor up somewhere along here because we're now half a day ahead of schedule, and we don't want to get up there too soon. So probably going to moor up around here at Moor. Well, today's haircut day, and guess who's doing my hair? Yep.
And his ears.
The joy of having a number 2 haircut is I don't have to go to the barbers very often, and we've got our own clippers, so Chris tends to cut my hair for me, and all the hair that falls off we leave in the grass for the birds for their nests, so it's worthwhile doing. Well, that's it, we're done for the day. We've finished cruising.
And we've decided to moor at Moor.
Yeah, it's a tiny little village of Moor, and if you blink you miss it. But it's a lovely little spot. We're out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing down that way. There's very little down that way. So we're going to call it a day there. So as usual, if you enjoyed the vlog, do give us a thumbs up, and of course hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the subscribe button, what do we do then, Chris?
Then you've got to press the bell button.
That's it, to get notifications of any future vlogs that we're going to post. So that's it for today, folks. We're going to continue our journey on towards Liverpool, but that's for another vlog.
Smudge is going in the side hatch.
For now, we'll say stay safe, look after yourselves, and we'll see you next time on Life on Board Amy Joe.
Bye.
Bye. Well, I guess you're all wondering what's happening to our non-boater section. Well, because we're too busy cruising and taking you along with us, we haven't really got time to do that section. So we're going to put it to bed until we get back from Liverpool, but rest assured we will reinstate it when we get back.